Well, I'm still posting on YouTube, even with almost no views. I'm going to be honest with you. Not many people are watching these videos. If you've ever thought about starting something like this, it's probably one of the reasons why you haven't done that. It feels like, what's the point? If no one's watching, what's the point? You know, that's certainly been occurring to me. You put the time into something, you think about what you want to say, you hit the record button, you spend time editing the video, you put it out there for the whole world to see, and then basically nothing. You don't get any big spike in views. You don't have a flood of comments. You're not getting any validation. That's pretty important to me. All you get is quiet. I think that's probably the moment where most YouTubers, new YouTubers, stop. That's pretty soul crushing. But I've been thinking about it, and what I've come to realize is this might actually be the most valuable part of the whole process. When no one's watching, you really kind of have to think about why you're doing the thing you're doing when you're not getting that validation. There's no applause, there's not any external reward. So if you keep showing up, it's got to come from somewhere deeper. There's something else going on there, something else pushing you forward. So for me, this has really become less about views and more about clarity. Every time I sit down to make one of these videos, I have to think to myself, what do I actually believe? What have I learned? What am I still figuring out? What is it that I want to tell people? And putting that into words, it has a way of sharpening your thinking. It's also forcing me to stay consistent, even when I don't feel like it. Most of the time, it's always easier to just say, I'll do it tomorrow or I'll do it next week. It's always easier to do nothing. But this really isn't about YouTube. It really isn't. It's about becoming the kind of person who follows through. I think that's where a lot of us get stuck in midlife. We stop starting things because we think if it's not going anywhere, why bother? We don't have a lot of energy to do extra things, but maybe the value isn't just in where it goes. Maybe it's in what it builds in you while you're doing the thing. Discipline, consistency, and honestly, I think probably the most important thing, self-respect. So, here's something else I've been thinking about. Right now, nobody's watching these videos, which kind of means I get to figure this out without much pressure. I get to improve, get more comfortable, find my voice without a spotlight of a lot of people watching, trying to put a positive spin on this. That's actually a gift, really, to try to look at it in a positive light and say, I can improve without that pressure. Because if this does grow someday, I hope to be ready for it. I hope to keep getting better. So, yeah, the views are low right now, but I don't think the value is. I think the value is increasing. And I don't plan on stopping. I plan on continuing on because this isn't just about building a channel. It's about building something in myself that I let go of for a while. And I would tell you, if you've been thinking about starting something, a channel, a habit, a change of some kind, don't wait for it to make sense on paper. Don't wait for it to feel exactly the right time. just start because it matters to you. Even if no one else sees it yet. Because one day they might see it. But more importantly, you will. So if you're a man in midlife and you're trying to navigate this crazy world, This channel is for you. So if you found something of value or you were entertained in any way from this video, please drop a comment, click the like button, subscribe. That'd be awesome. Um, but yeah, I hope to see you around and keep putting these things out, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.